Leaves are turning, geese are singing. How's that song go?
It's a beautiful morning. If the weather's fine and you got the time.
Here we go again on another episode of trying to get this 79 Kenworth looking like the one used in the Smokey and the Bandit movie. And today what I'm hoping to accomplish is to get the exhaust on finally. Got the revised exhaust pipes from Let's Go. Got those modified slightly. We had a bit of a swing and a miss there last episode. 6 inches of the pipe sticking out from the heat shield. But I got them fixed up now, so I should be able to get those on. Truck's still missing the mirrors, the CB antennas. I gotta wire the headlights. I'm still waiting on my polished wheels and battery cover and toolbox cover. So I'm just here at Spectrum, and Stefan and Chris were telling me about the battery box covers. And these are actually, someone clear coated them along the way. And the only way to get clear coat off is chemically strip it. So they're just waiting for that to kind of, I think this is the second or third coat of aircraft stripper. Once that all comes off of there, then you can polish it up. So waiting on that and one more wheel. Okay, so check this out. That's the before, a 40-year-old aluminum split ring that's been sitting in a wrecker for God knows how long. That's what it looks like before. And that's after Steph gets done with it. Unreal. Look at that. They didn't even look that good when they came from the factory. And there's just, there still is a handful of things that need doing, but I really want to try and get this truck roadworthy and at least take it for a drive before the snow flies. So that's the goal. Just keep grinding away, and we'll see how far we get on this week's episode. Yeah. So first up, since I figure the oil in this truck's probably at least 10 years old, it's probably worth swapping out of here. Oh yeah, good and black. Okay, so while that drains, I gotta get this lubrifiner apart and try and see if I can get a part number off of that filter. Or, so this is an auxiliary filter. There's actually, you know, that's in a hell of a spot. There's the typical oil filter right there. I guess I can still get a wrench on it down below. And then the lubrifiner is kind of a secondary oil filter. Now I believe the filter in here is probably made out of metal shell. So I could probably, worst case, if I can't get a new one, just wash it out and put it back in there. But it's still, since I'm trying to put new oil in here, I might as well dig into this and see what it looks like. There we go. There it goes. Okay. Now you tell me there's a drain on there. Okay. Okay, there's a number. LF750B, Fleet Guard. Okay, I could probably, now the question's gonna be, is this gonna be in stock? It's probably gonna be a ridiculous back order. Okay, let's get this dirty old oil filter out of here. Okay. Please don't be seized. Oh, nice. Kudos to whoever did the last oil change on this truck. Come on. There we go. Now, now, when that stops dripping, I can see if Kenworth gave me the right part number. Looks like the right size. They have to, because this truck's so old, oh, there it is. They have to go to the old microfiche LF Lubrifiner P670. And what did they give me? LF670. Close enough. I don't know what the P's for, but it's probably not important. Who doesn't love doing oil changes on heavy duty trucks? Ugh. Nothing better. Now normally you'd want the engine hot before you drop your oil, but I'll probably do one more oil change, so this will kind of be a temporary flush for driving it around this year, and then just because there's so much old crap in there, it's been sitting so long, and once I start driving it'll probably loosen up a bunch more stuff, so I figure I'll probably swap the oil next year, although with the price of a 5-gallon pail of oil, maybe I won't. Something like that. Okay, done. So I wanted to take a quick moment and talk a little bit about my video and sound quality. So I've been filming, I film all my episodes on iPhones. It's kind of what I started with, and that's what I'm comfortable with. Peg always natters at me. He's like, yeah, get a GoPro, that's the way to go. And he mounts it to his hat. And I thought about it, but I like iPhones. That's kind of what like I say, what I started with and what I enjoy using, because I edit all my episodes on a free app called iMovie, and it works for me. So what I've noticed though is the sound quality when I would just talk to the phone and didn't have a lapel mic, you couldn't hear what I was saying. So then I went to the lapel mic, but what that's doing is you have to run an app for that to get this mic to work. And what I just noticed going over the footage and editing the footage of what I've started here with the oil change, I noticed my imaginary cameraman there, he's focusing in and out. So not only is the sound quality, I tried another mic there on a couple episodes ago and it was just terrible.
There was one, now that I've got into the buffer.
What do you say? Shut up, one shit at a time! Alright.
So not only has the sound quality been bad, but now the video quality is going to the hell in a handbasket as well. So I decided, first off, I wanted to thank you for hanging with me while I kind of fumble through with old equipment. But then I also wanted to let you know that I'm stepping up my game. So I've ordered an iPhone Pro, 14 Pro. So as soon as that arrives, the video quality should go way up. And then I've also, I've ordered a high-end microphone system. So hopefully these are the last few episodes that are kind of sketch when it comes to video and sound quality. So like I say, thanks for hanging with me as on this Twin Stick Garage evolution. But like I say, the game will be stepped up, and it should be good in the very near future. So with that, I wanted to talk a little bit about the filter as well. So I called around for that lubrifiner filter. I called, Fleet Brake and Fort Garry, and they just kind of laughed at me. They're like, yeah, we don't even supply Fleet Guard. That's Cummins. So I called Cummins and they laughed too and said, yeah, we haven't sold that in years. We don't even know if we can get one. So I was thinking, all right, I'm gonna have to go home and Varsol out the old cartridge. But then I called Kenworth. Kenworth has a brand new dealership on the south side of Edmonton in Nisku. And they actually had one on the shelf. Can you believe that? Look at that, brand new lubrifiner filter. And what was even more amazing, so I'm going, well, okay, how much? And he goes, yeah, we got one on the shelf and it's $26. And I said, are you kidding me? This giant cartridge filter, so they must have kept the same price from like 1981. But I am so happy that I actually found a brand new filter. So check that out. Ha! Nice. Wow, that surprisingly takes up a lot of oil. Almost half a pail. But I figured I'd top it up rather than wait till the engine starts pumping and fill it up. So we'll just let the air bubble out of there and I'll put the cap on. Man, sometimes I'm just not that bright. So I keep filling this up and the level keeps going down and I'm going, where the hell's all the oil going? And then I realized, well, of course it's gonna go down the drain lines into the oil pan. So I might as well just throw the cap on here now, seal that up, and then fill it through the proper fill cap. All right, I was just looking at the manual and it calls for just under 8 gallons. And I'm not sure if that's with the lubrifiner or not, so a little over 1.5 pails. My cat takes 2 full pails, but that's probably because I got a brake saver on it. So we'll just pour this in here and call the oil change done. Okay, so the solution we came up with was to take some pieces of chrome pipe they had laying around, and Craig just welded them on there. So what this should do is this should put the weld just under the lip of the heat shield. So take 2 installing this mess. Get on there. I want you to know. What in the hell? Shit! Okay, swing and a miss. Again. Struggling a little here, so I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna bring in a sky hook. Okay, something like that. Yeah, thanks, Dawn. That came in handy. I got to use that more often. It's like having an extra set of hands to hold something up, so that worked a lot better. Finally, I was able to wiggle that on there. And as you can see, the weld is now up inside and hidden by the heat shield. Yeah, that's gonna look way better. You're gonna shoot a little deer?
A sweet, innocent, harmless, leaf-eating, doe-eyed little deer.
There we go. So I was actually just checking out the movie to try and get an idea of where the top of the heat shield was. And when I looked really close, the 74, what they did was they actually used galvanized pipe all the way up to the top, and then just put chrome caps on top. So I suppose to make it perfectly movie correct, which I've already talked about, I'm getting it as close as I can. I could have went with galvanized pipe all the way up, but I kind of like chrome. I'm gonna go with a little bit more shiny. That's why I'm polishing the battery boxes and the wheels, because I'd like to think that when they got the $80,000 prize from the Burdettes, that they would have took some money and polished up the truck. And that's looking sharp. So I still need to do a little bit of adjusting. I haven't tightened the bolts yet on that side. And there is some adjustments you can do. The top mount there is slotted, so you can kind of move it fore and aft. And then I noticed the back, or the bottom, had to swing out a little. I mean, that's getting close. You can look at the gap there. So what I just did was I put a couple washers in front of this bracket so it actually kinked it forward. So I'll keep playing with it until I get them straight, but I like that a lot. Water sucks. Gatorade is better.
Gatorade.
H2O. All right, so I do have a little bit of wiggle room with my odd size pipes. So I had 147 on the other one, and I got 148.5. So I guess it's right there is 1.5 inches, and I think that's enough just to be subtle, but still cool. Okay, so I've been fiddling with the exhaust to try and get the pipe straight. I think I almost got it. That's looking pretty decent. Yeah, all right. One more piece to finish it off. All right, so these are the exhaust tips that were on this truck originally when I bought it. And coincidentally, they match the movie truck exactly. A slide-on cap, and I believe these slots, the idea there is you can bend these tabs in slightly to have kind of a tight tolerance fit so they don't just blow off in the wind. So I had gone out in a previous episode and cut these off the exhaust pipe that were sitting in my junkyard there, and I thought I might be able to reuse them. Now obviously they're pretty rusty, but I thought I might be able to clean them up just because they match the movie truck, and I didn't think I'd be able to find tips like this to match. So unfortunately, I damn near destroyed the other one trying to get it off. I used heat. I tried to bang it off with a hammer, and I just started tearing it up. And I mean, these were essentially just welded together. The previous owner of this truck, well, 2 owners ago, they used to race chuck wagons across Western Canada and the north, I guess, Western United States. And I think they must have been on the pedal pretty hard because they had cooked these pipes and just welded them together. So there was no saving those tips, but Daryl at Lesco, he figured out a way. So he said, don't worry, Mark, I can hook you up. So check these out. Oh, they're even fancy wrapped. Attaboy, Daryl. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So that is going to match the movie truck exactly, which again is what we're going for. And what I might do is just give these tabs a bit of a bang with a soft hammer and bend them in slightly. Well, maybe I'll head up there first on the ladder and see how tight it is, but that is gonna match. Okay. Yeah, and they were straight back in the movie, so it's a little loose. So, like I say, I might bang those tips in. I guess worst case, I could drill a set screw maybe into the back. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe a touch more. I wonder if there's some kind of exhaust putty or something. Yeah, it's snug now, but vibrating going down the road. Yeah, so maybe what I'll do is I'll drill the pilot hole in the drill press, and then it'd be easier to just drill all the way through here. Okay, so Mrs. Twinsticks and my youngest daughter stopped in to see, to gauge the progress. And what do you think, Reese?
It's not gonna fit.
Oh, it'll fit. I measured it.
Trust us.
No, it'll fit. Are you sure? It doesn't look that tall. Okay. That looks pretty straight. There, one set screw. I suppose I'll get a tape measure out. Yeah, it's gonna be real close. Suppose what I could do, worst case scenario, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna have this truck as my daily driver. I could come up here with the ladder, take the set screw out, take the caps off, drive it out, and then put them back on, which will be a royal pain in the ass. Man, that's looking good. The other benefit is it's gonna get the exhaust kind of up and over the top of the trailer so it won't send heat to the stagecoach wrap, which I wouldn't want to have melt off because of the exhaust. Okay, one tape measure please. See what kind of damage I've done. So the passenger side is the taller stack. So to ground is 163.5. So we're still 4.5 inches shy of 14 feet. Oh man, it's gonna be close. I'm pretty sure could double measure the door, double check, but I'm pretty sure when I crank it all the way up, I get just a hair under 14 feet. So, I mean, it's gonna be real cozy bringing these pipes out, but I think it's gonna work. Couldn't have made them much taller, that's for certain. Well, I suppose there's only one thing left to do. I always get excited when I put a new exhaust system on a truck because you always wonder how it's gonna sound. Okay, got oil, got coolant. Yeah, everything's out of the way, I think. All right, let's see if she'll start. Uh-oh.
Over en weet jaar hen.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe now is the time to try that minty booster. So I actually had another company send me another booster, so I got a Gulu one as well. So thanks so much for this. How did my batteries die when they were disconnected? Maybe just from sitting so long. But yeah, Gulu jump starter battery pack. Sweet. Guess everyone knows that I got dead batteries. Oh, 81%. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't give it some juice. Get this thing going. I don't know. All right. That one's for you, Peg.
I'm proud of you.
So having weak batteries isn't helping. And I'm pretty sure the truck lost its prime. So what I'm gonna try and do here is steal a little bit of diesel out of the tank. See if we get any. Oh, yeah. Steal a little diesel out of the tank, and then I pulled the port on the injection pump. Oh, stay in there, and we'll just go and dump this in. Just top you right up. I'm a bigger fan of, oh, maybe another little shot. I'm a bigger fan of cat diesels because you got that primer pump right up by the fuel filter. Hopefully with that prime, it doesn't take much and it'll light off. Come on, old girl. I should rip this Cummins motor out of here and put in a cat. I mean, my 3406 in the P, it can sit all winter. Doesn't matter. It could be cold out, it could be hot out. I mean, not even a 16th of a turn on that starter, and it goes. And this Cummins, I've got to, now granted, it isn't probably spinning as fast as it could be with the batteries a little weaker, but come on. I've been cranking this thing enough. It should go now. There. Oh. I held it to the floor. Uh-oh. Oh, now we don't have enough jam? Maybe what I'll do is I'll leave the chargers going for a little bit. Crack a cold one. Maybe do a little cleaning in the shop. Actually, Mrs. Stick said she wanted to go for a ride. Maybe I'll pull the peat out. Okay, check the oil and the coolant, looks good. It's been sitting since the truck show. Now watch this, Cummins. This is how a truck's supposed to start. Yeah. That. Cats are better than Cummins. I love this truck. I actually went and visited the previous owner, Sean. I give my condolences about his dad Eugene passing earlier this year. And I invited him to come out and take a look at this truck and maybe give her a little drive for old time's sake. But he was telling me, he goes, Mark, please, if you ever decide to sell it, you let me buy it first. And I said, oh, don't worry, Sean. I'm taking this truck to the grave. Some people ask, why do you have these toy trucks? What's the point? Well, the point is to drive Mrs. Twinsticks to the grocery store to get some grub and me to the liquor store to get some liquor. Back from my little tour with the missus, and I actually had my daughter zip me up to the gas station there, and I did my my Leonard Skinner stick, and I've only got about 4 inches of fuel in this thing. So what I'm wondering is, maybe because it's tilted down, because the back end's jacked up and the front's on blocks, maybe there's only about 2 inches where that pickup is, and I don't believe the pickup goes all the way to the bottom to leave the sediment. So maybe what happened is I sucked a slug of air in and the lines are empty. So I thought, why not buy 4 jugs of overpriced diesel, $1.73 a liter, it's ridiculous, and throw that in there, and then I'll prime it and we'll give it some ether and hopefully get it going. Fingers crossed. I put on a good movie just to put out good vibes. Yeah, it does sound pretty empty, doesn't it? Howdy, Kirk, how you doing? Taut angles, or hard nickels, or harnicles, or barnacles. Arnicles. Is your rig, son? Open it up, see the manifest. Well, I'm placing you under the arrest for transporting alcoholic beverages across state lines without proper permits. And that means, you dumb cowboy, you know trucking Coors beer east of Texas is bootlegging? This here's Georgia, son. Fingers crossed. I poured a bunch more diesel into the pump there, primed it all the way to the top, put the plug back in. That should do it. Come on, old girl. No, it's just burning the ether. Come on. Need Peg here to shoot ether in while I'm cranking it. Okay, give her. What the hell? Why won't you pick up? All right, I've had it. My boosters are dead. So I've decided to step up my game a little. Come on! Okay, something is not right. What in the hell is going on with this thing?
What the hell is the world coming to?
Okay, I filled up that line and I topped up the pump again. Guess we'll give her a try. Almost out of ether. Come on, old girl. Nope. Almost. Okay, I know when I'm beat. I tried every trick I in the book. I put air pressure, mild air pressure into the tank to get the fuel flowing. I disconnected this and topped it up. It was actually dry in there. I filled up the filter. It was actually filled to the top. It didn't take any extra diesel, but this guy was dry, so I filled that one up. I filled this primer bulb at least 20 times, and I don't know how much ether I pumped through this. Well, not quite a full can. And I think I'm gonna have to let it sit. I'm gonna charge the batteries up overnight, give them a real good charge. So I think that's part of the problem. It's not cranking it fast enough. And I must have just lost my prime and the fluid just all leaked back to the tank. So I'm kind of starting over. But what's weird to me is it wasn't that hard to get it going when I first put the tanks on there last year and primed it all up. But who knows, maybe I just got lucky. But with that, like I say, I know when I'm beat. It's been a long day. At least I got the pipes on there and they look real good. It's a shame I couldn't get to hear what they sound like. But that'll be for another episode. So hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for following me along on this build. Appreciate your input, appreciate the comments and everything down below. And like I always say, don't ever forget, if you got it, the trucker brought it.